For the first time in 9 months, MJT Sports Productions is back inside the Shark Tank Gymnasium. With basketball season on the horizon, and a new head coach and plenty of lineup changeover, the Atlantic Sharks are looking to hit the ground running this season, gaining chemistry and confidence as they go. Tonight they will face a Titusville Terriers team whose season the Sharks ended back in February in the 4A District 9 quarterfinals right here at the Shark Tank. Titusville is looking for a little revenge to kickstart their regular season, as they also bring a senior-laden roster into tonight's contest. Live from the gymnasium on the campus of Atlantic High School in Port Orange, Florida, the first broadcast of the Atlantic High School basketball 2021-22 season on MJT Sports Productions is on the air. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Trevillo. Thank you so much for joining me courtside for the first of 19 regular season basketball home games covering both the boys and girls varsity teams here at Atlantic. Now, without further ado, let's talk basketball. The Atlantic Sharks enter the game with a 1-0 record, courtesy of a 56-48 win over DME Academy on Saturday afternoon. Emmanuel Preston led the way with 25 points and 4 rebounds. Look for the last season's leader in rebounds in Volusia and Flagler counties to be a key factor in the paint once again this year. And newcomer Hunter Leonard contributed 12 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Other key returning players for Atlantic will be juniors Trace Sharpton and John Killingsworth, and seniors Rashad Small and Anthony Bonalato, who returns after missing most of last season due to a battle with liver cancer. There are 2 major departures from this team, as Corey McDonald and Cameron Reynolds both will not return to the Sharks lineup. Both of them were Daytona Beach News Journal All-Area Honorable Mentions from a season ago. Saturday's win was the first regular season tally for new Sharks head coach Justin Valajo. Valajo, an Atlantic class of 2014 graduate, was a standard on the basketball court and went on to play collegiately at Piedmont and professionally in Europe for the Vienna Basket Flames in Austria. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to play you the interview I had with Coach Valajo. I'll get to that at halftime because the lineups are coming up in about 30 seconds. I'll quickly run through the breakdown for the Titusville Terriers. They're playing their first game of the regular season tonight in the same building and against the same opponent that they played their last game. The Terriers were bounced from the district tournament by Atlantic back in February, 56-48. Titusville fields a very senior-heavy roster with 8 of their 13 players in their final year of eligibility. Leading the way will be one of those seniors, Chase Jenkins, 6'4" guard, has already committed to play college basketball at DeUville College, a Division II program in Buffalo, New York, and led all scorers with 15 points the last time the Sharks and the Terriers met on the hardwood. And now let's get you down to the court for starting lineups. We are just about ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shark Tank, home of your Atlantic Sharks. Tonight's opponent, the Titusville Terriers. Starting lineup for the Terriers. Number 0, Kevin Jackson. Number 3, Monte. Number 4, Chase Jenkins. Number 10, David Hammer. Number 22, Colin Jacobson. The Terriers are coached by Chris Bridge. And now, your Atlantic Sharks! And guard number 5, Rashad Small! And guard number 11, Hunter Leonard! Number 22, at center, Emmanuel Preston! Number 23, at forward, Trace Sharpton! And at center, number 25, Anthony Bonalato! Your Atlantic Sharks!
Starting lineups on the floor for Atlantic and Titusville as we get ready for the national anthem. Now the starting lineups are on the floor. For the Sharks, wearing the all-white teal numbers, black trim down the sides. Atlantic in teal and white across the chest. It is Small, Leonard, Preston, Sharpton, and Bottolato. And for the Terriers in all black, navy blue numbers, gold trim. Titusville in script in navy blue with gold trim across their chest. It is Jackson, Almonte, Jenkins, Hammer, and Jacobson. Preston is ready to jump it off at center court, and for the first time in 9 months here at the Shark Tank, let's play basketball. The tip is won by the Terriers, but immediately goes out of bounds. So Atlantic will take possession. Anthony Bottolato will inbound against the Titusville bench, going left to right across your screen right now. He throws it into the backcourt to Rashad Small, the 6'2 senior guard who will run the point today. Rashad takes it to the left-hand corner. Bounce pass underneath the basket to Preston. He will travel with the basketball. He flips it up and in, but it will not count. So the first turnover of the game goes Atlantic's way. That's going to be really important for the Sharks tonight, is to get Preston in those kind of situations where he can bully Colin Jacobson, his opposite number. Here's Hammer up top for the Terriers. He passes it to the right-hand side to Almonte, and then it swings all the way back to the left for Jackson. Jackson throws it underneath the basket to a cutting Almonte, who fires back to the top. And Jenkins takes a long three off the mark, off the front of the rim. And Trace Sharpton, wearing the white headband, collects for the Sharks. Up top to Preston, Euro step into the lane, gets it blocked. But Bottolato recovers the board and gets it back to Rashad Small. Sharpton, top of the key, into the corner. Bottolato, 15-foot jumper from the baseline is good. And the first point to the ball game go to Anthony Bottolato. It's 2-0 Sharks, 1 minute gone by in the opening period. Terriers with the basketball, attacking the basket to listeners left. Jenkins drives with the left hand and a nice putback as he blew by Preston. Remember, Jenkins led all scorers with 15 points the last time these two teams tussled in February. Small controls across the timeline, standing on the Atlantic logo. Now gets it to Sharpton, who's wide open for three. That's Leonard. And his three's off the mark. It's tapped out of bounds, and it will stay with Atlantic as Kevin Jackson, the senior forward, knocked that one out of bounds trying to contest the rebound. It's been end-to-end stuff here early between the Sharks and the Terriers. Inbound goes to Preston under the basket. Left-hand layup too strong. Gets his own miss. Fires up a 10-footer with a left-hand floater, and he got it to go. And Emmanuel Preston is on the board. It's 4-2 Sharks. Controlling the point for the Terriers is Jenkins. He works high left-hand side, gets a screen. Hunter Leonard shifts onto him and forces him to give the ball away to Colin Jacobson. Jacobson hands to Almonte. Almonte drives, is stopped at the free throw line. Nice pressure by Bottolato. Rashad Small tries to poke away the ball. It only comes back out to Almonte. Into the corner it goes. Jacobson three, short no good. Rebound is also put back no good. Third opportunity for Kevin Jackson is up and good. And that's just a failure to box out by Atlantic's big men. They've got the overall height advantage inside. You cannot let Titusville get 3 bites of the cherry at a scoring opportunity this early in the game. Bottolato for three from the right-hand wing. Too strong, gets his own miss, drives inside, right hand underneath the basket, and Anthony Bottolato and Preston have all 6 Atlantic points. It's a big man, big show in the first quarter between the Sharks and the Terriers. 6-4 Atlantic. Jenkins drives. He's going to get contact in the foul. I don't think he's going to go to the line because the contact occurred all the way back by the free throw line. And they're going to grab Emmanuel Preston for his first foul. I unfortunately did not get to my keys to the game in my pregame show, but the key to the game for Titusville was to get Preston off the floor with fouls, as driving off the inbounds pass and traveling is Kevin Jackson. He received a long high floater off the inbounds pass, drove straight into the chest of Bottolato. And we're gonna get a small pause to wipe the floor down. Jackson tried to drive right into the belly of Bottolato. It looked for a second like Bottolato was gonna commit a reach-in foul. He kept his hands up beautifully and forced the travel out of Jackson. It will be Sharks ball. Once again, it's early action here. 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. 6-4 Atlantic over the visiting Titusville Terriers. As Coach Justin Valajo patrols the Atlantic sideline. Here comes the ball. Couple of quick three-man pressure by Titusville. Small throws the ball to the front court and throws it away. Chase Jenkins with the steal. Euro step, gets to the hoop, and hits too short on the lay-in. Bottolato with the board. Floated up towards Leonard. Odd man rush for the Sharks if they hurry. Leonard drives inside into a double team, kicks out Sharpton. He'll go drive to the baseline, up and under and in. What a move by Trace Sharpton. And 3 Sharks are on the board early. It's 8-4 Atlantic. Avidas Almonte, the senior for Titusville, controls. Hands right side to Colin Jacobson. He almost has it poked away but gets it back. Long two foot on the line is no good from Almonte off a catch and shoot. Atlantic grabs the rebound with Sharpton. Now Leonard in the left-hand corner. He'll work back to the top. He'll run the point. Leonard, bounce pass to Small. He's gutted by Almonte out high. Sharpton thought about a quick 3 from the left-hand corner. Now he drives baseline, works his way into a double team, trying to fight out of it. Throws up a tough shot off the backboard and in! It rattled in for Trace Sharpton. Everything falling for the Sharks early. It's 10-4. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Avidas Almonte controls for the Titusville Terriers. Left-hand drive by Jenkins into the lane. Foul is called, and it looks like they're going to get it on Sharpton for a push. And the first trip to the line for either team today. They're actually going to get the foul on Rashad Small. So that'll be his first. Second team foul. And at the line shooting 2 is Chase Jenkins. And he sinks the first one. So it's 10-5. Clock stops, 3:55 to go. Jenkins hits them both. So it is 10-6. Full court press now from the Terriers. Bottolato gets the ball into Leonard. Quick bounce pass back to Bottolato, who will run the floor. The Terriers now back off. Still haven't gotten the ball into the front court yet. Now Leonard does. Leonard draws a double team out high. Up to Small, into the right-hand corner. Sharpton steps into a long 2. This one is no good. Battle for the rebound underneath. Small tips it to Almonte, and Almonte comes away with it, and then a foul as Rashad Small has tripped Avidas Almonte on the breakout, and that'll be his second foul, and he will exit the game, I think, in short order after picking up 2 quick fouls. Into the game for the Sharks is A.J. Guardino. Guardino, a senior guard, so he will be a like-for-like swap with Small. Terriers with the basketball going right to left, down 10-6, 3:30 in the first quarter. It's Chase Jenkins, the danger man, to control. Across the top it goes to Colin Jacobson. Then Jenkins gets it back. Tries a wild 3 that's way off the mark from about the moon. And the board was pulled down by Hunter Leonard. Bottolato drives across the time stripe. Puts up a free throw line jumper that's no good. Offensive board by Guardino. 3-pointer on the way and good from the right-hand wing by Hunter Leonard. First 3-pointer of the night goes the Sharks' way, and it's 13-6. Jenkins quickly into Sharks territory. He'll control way out high. Flat pass across the top to Kevin Jackson, who controls with the right-hand point. Fights through a screen and loses the ball. Nice strip by Hunter Leonard. Leonard driving through a double team and puts it up and in off the window and one. Hunter Leonard drove into a double team, wildly threw the ball up and it went in. They're going to call the foul on Jacobson, his first. So Leonard, that's his 5th point chance for 6, and he hits it. 16-6, the Sharks have a 10-point lead in the first quarter. It's all offense for the Sharks. Fighting his way across the timeline is Almonte. Kicks to the right-hand corner for Jenkins. Jenkins tries to drive past Preston, gets to the lane, and it hangs with the rim, no good. And the rebound is tipped to Guardino. Sharpton now running the floor down the left-hand side. Bounce pass underneath to Preston in transition. His reverse layup is up and good. And the Sharks have stretched the lead from 8 to 18-6. And it's timeout, Titusville. How about the Sharks offense early in the game? It is 18-6 Atlantic with 2:14 to go in the quarter. Want to get your business on the air in front of the Atlantic fans? If you would like to advertise on MJT Sports Productions, the official internet radio partner of Atlantic Athletics, please email Atlantic Athletic Director Shakia Brown at smbrown@volusia.k12.fl.us. That's SMBROWN at volusia.k12.fl.us. And your business could be on the air swimming with the Atlantic Sharks. Speaking of those Atlantic Sharks, it's been an offensive barrage in the first quarter. They lead 18-6 over the Titusville Terriers. Leonard has 6. Preston, Sharpton, and Bottolato each have 4. And for the Terriers side, Chase Jenkins has 4. He's their top scorer. The only other man with a bucket is Kevin Jackson, who has 2. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Titusville to inbound wearing the all-black road strip. They'll go from right to left. Full court press played by the Sharks. Jenkins receives the inbounds pass, gets it back from Almonte. Now Almonte gets it in the middle of a triple team, fires it across the timeline to David Hammer. Hammer gets to the paint, puts up a tough shot, gets his own miss, and puts it back up and in. David Hammer with the bucket for the Titusville Terriers. And again, that's poor box out by Bottolato. As a senior, he really should know better. Quickly into the front court. Here's Trey Sharpton. Wild layup, no good. Preston the O board, and he puts it back up and in through contact. Emmanuel Preston is going to be a problem in Volusia County this year. 6'5", can play power forward or center. Titusville works it around to the right-hand corner. Here's Kevin Jackson, drives through Sharpton. Got hung up on his own teammate, threw up a wild shot because he couldn't dribble again and missed. Rebound comes down to A.J. Guardino. Guardino drives all the way to the baseline, gets it out. Leonard, wide open three, too strong, and the defensive board goes to Colin Jacobson of Titusville. Avidas Almonte all alone, dribbles it across the Sharks logo at center court, and then fires to the left-hand wing to Jenkins. Jenkins works back to the top, gets Bottolato in the air and fires to Almonte right-hand corner. Works back to the top for Jacobson, who drives against Preston. Preston wins the battle, gets the board off the missed shot, and there is a whistle. And they're going to get Jacobson for his second foul as he pushed Preston in the back. Couple of changes for the Sharks. John Killingsworth comes in. Omar Fateau comes in. Guardino stays in the ball game. So that will be Bottolato out and Sharpton out. And also Ryan Gonzalez, the junior, has come in. So a couple of changes for Atlantic. Guardino dribbles the ball off his foot but gets it back across the time stripe into the right-hand corner for Fateau. Fateau fires it under the basket looking for Preston, but it's intercepted. Running the floor off a long stretch pass is Kevin Jackson, and it's going to be an offensive foul. A.J. Guardino draws the charge on Jackson, and it's going the other way.
Offensive foul.
You can really see, there's 40 seconds to go in the quarter, Atlantic's up 20-8. You can really see that the Atlantic Sharks bench is fired up for this one. Coach Valajo has his team jumping off up and down at every opportunity. 34 seconds to go. Preston into the front court. Right-hand wing, three on the way, too strong from Fateau. And then a whistle on the rebound as John Killingsworth steps on the baseline, trying to rebound the ball. So the Titusville Terriers have it. Into the front court, left-hand corner is Chase Jenkins. He's guarded by Killingsworth. Now Preston switches on to him. To the right-hand wing, three on the way from David Hammer. And the whistle goes. It's a missed shot. And they're going to get another offensive foul, this time on Cameron Wade, who's just checked into the game for the Terriers. So 4 fouls on the Terriers. Quickly into the front court, Killingsworth with a three from the left-hand corner. It bounces off the rim and goes over the basket. So it'll be Terriers basketball. 2 seconds to go in the opening frame here. 2-1, three-quarters court shot is no good. We end the first quarter. It's all Atlantic Sharks right now, 20-8 over the Titusville Terriers. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Shark Tank. The Atlantic Sharks lead the Titusville Terriers 20-8 as we get ready to begin the second quarter of play. As the official healthcare champion of Volusia County Schools, Advent Health is committed to providing championship caliber care with 4 hospitals, 4 urgent care centers, and 6 sports medicine and rehab locations across Volusia County. Advent Health is here to keep your student athlete off the sidelines and get them back in the game. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Well, the story of that first quarter was the aggressiveness on the interior by the Atlantic Sharks, especially from the 2 big men, Emmanuel Preston and Anthony Bottolato, creating space for the shooters, Trace Sharpton and Hunter Leonard, to go to work. Titusville goes right to left. They start with a pass into the left-hand corner for Kevin Jackson, and a whistle and another offensive foul. And it's going to be another one on Wade. That's his second. So now Jackson has 1, Wade has 2, and Jacobson has 2. That's already 5 fouls on the Terriers. 7:52 to play in the first half. There's a secondary unit on the floor for Atlantic. Omar Fateau is out there. A.J. Guardino has the ball. Passes it back to Fateau, and then he turns the ball over trying to get it back to Guardino. Running the floor, a layup no good. Put back by Jackson, also no good. Another put back by Jackson, no good. A third opportunity is also missed. 3 opportunities, and now John Killingsworth is running the floor on a stretch pass and lays it in unopposed. That's the second time that Titusville has had multiple attempts at offensive rebounds and layups and missed them all. 22-8, the Sharks have the advantage. A 3-pointer from Hammer hits the back iron, no good. Preston fights for the rebound. An offensive board is put back up and missed by Kevin Jackson. Guardino into the front court. He stops at the top of the key, fires underneath the basket to Fateau. Quick pass to the left-hand wing. 3-pointer on the way, and no good from Ryan Gonzalez. Rebound to Chase Jenkins of Titusville, and the Terriers control once again. Here is Jaden Mingo, fresh into the game to run the point for the Terriers. He's working on Gonzalez. Flare to the left-hand wing for Chase Jenkins. Jenkins matched up with Killingsworth. Back up top. Here is Jalen Johnson. And a 3 on the way from Jenkins. Hits the front of the rim and goes in. Well, that's Chase Jenkins for you. He is a volume scorer of the highest degree. Quickly into the left-hand corner, and traveling is John Killingsworth. And now wholesale changes as the original group for the Sharks comes back in. Bottolato, Sharpton, Small, and Leonard all back on the floor for the Sharks. Emmanuel Preston finally takes his seat. A.J. Guardino stays in. He's the only one that stayed. 2 guards, small lineup for the Sharks. Titusville controls with Mingo. Mingo in the left-hand corner against the smaller Guardino. He drives the lane. His layup's no good. Sharpton with the board. Sharpton drives all the way inside, kicks out to the right-hand corner. 3 on the way from Leonard is too strong. Offensive board is fought for and got by Hunter Leonard, and then a foul, Trace Sharpton, and then a foul is called. And they're going to call the foul on Ray Wilson Polidor, who's just checked into the game. That's his first foul. 6th team foul for the Terriers. Inbounding under the basket that they attack the listeners right of the Sharks. Try to get it into Sharpton, but it's poked away. Running the floor is Ray Wilson Polidor. All the way, left-hand layup, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Leonard. He wins that battle. The ball rolls out of bounds. Can they save it? No. The ball kicks off a Sharks player and in to the Atlantic bench. So an unfortunate series of circumstances there after pulling down to the defensive rebound means Titusville will keep possession. The gunner is Kevin Jackson. He's all the way over into the left-hand corner in front of the Atlantic bench. The inbounds pass is bounced off of, Trace Sharpton, and it's just going to do it again. Bounce pass in, finds Wilson Polidor. He drives against Guardino, then thinks better of it. Right-hand wing, here's Mingo. Up on top, back to Wilson Polidor, again guarded by Guardino. Long 3, left-hand wing, it's good. That was Kevin Jackson, dead eye from college range. And the gap is now 22-14, Atlantic on top. Couple of empty possessions for the Sharks. Bottolato quickly in transition off a nice 1-2 pass, up and under, no good. Rashad Small fighting for the rebound and gets it. Guardino catch and shoot on the kick out, and he's got a three. AJ Guardino hits a three. The lead back to 11, 25-14, 5:15, and counting to play in the first half. Again, long three, and it's hit by Kevin Jackson. The exact same shot he had on the last possession. They let him have it, and he hits it again. And Coach Valajo is not happy about it. Sharks into the front court with Leonard. Baseline, Bottolato tries to go through a double team and does, and lays it in. Bottolato up to 6 points. 27-17, it's a 10-point Sharks lead, 4:45 to go in the first half. Ray Wilson, Polidor controls for the Terriers. Nice backdoor cutting pass to Jenkins. His layup is no good. Offensive rebound by Titusville. Everybody in the building thought that he stepped on the baseline trying to get it, but it's out to Ray Wilson, Polidor, who stands on the Atlantic logo, 4:30 to go. Polidor spins past, dropped it into the lane, through a double team, throws up a layup, no good, and the board comes down to Hunter Leonard, who runs the floor. 2-on-2. Leonard goes right at the defense. His layup is too strong. Offensive board by Sharpton. His putback is too short, and the rebound battle is won by Ray Wilson. Polidor, nice little behind the back dribble to get free. Goes one-on-one with Bottolato at the other end. His layup is no good, and then a putback attempt by Kevin Jackson. He got hammered on the arm by AJ Guardino. Actually, they're going to catch Hunter Leonard with the foul, his first. Fourth team foul, and at the line for only the second time in the game is Titusville, Kevin Jackson, who is now the leading scorer for the Terriers with 8, looking to make it 9 or 10. 4:07 to go. His first attempt is up and good, so the lead down to 9, 27-18. Omar Fatou and Emmanuel Preston check back into the Sharks lineup to give the Sharks a little bit of height. They've been bullied on the offensive glass the last couple of minutes with Preston out. Second free throw attempt is no good. Small pulls down the rebound. Across the timeline, left-hand side to Hunter Leonard. Hunter Leonard throws it flat across back to Rashad Small, who will run the offense. Small into a double team, kicks left to Fatou. To the left-hand corner it goes, three on the way, rattles out from Hunter Leonard. Quickly in transition, here comes Ray Wilson. Polidor throws it to the left-hand corner for Mingo. Mingo drives baseline and gets a foul called. And the foul's gonna be on the floor, no shot, but it looks like they're gonna get Bottolato. They're gonna get Fatou on the foul, and it's going to be a timeout for Atlantic. It's the Sharks 27, the Terriers of Titusville 18. 3:38 to go in the opening half of play. It's been all Sharks mostly, but the Terriers have been getting opportunities on the offensive boards, and I think what Coach Valajo is saying in the huddle right now is box out, box out, box out, because they have been dominated on their own glass in the last 5 minutes or so, and that has allowed Titusville to close the gap to 9. At one point, the lead was 15. Advent Health is here for you and with you during every tip-off, every basket, and every season to support you physically, mentally, spiritually in this game called life. Advent Health is on your team. They're your biggest fan, and they're here to help you feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. It will be an inbounds play for the Terriers, wearing the all-black, attacking the basket to listeners left, down 27-18 with 3:38 to go. The gunner is Kevin Jackson. He bounces the ball in right to Rashad Small and turns it over. Small ahead to Leonard, and Leonard dribbles it off of a Titusville foot, and that's lucky because that was a bad pass. He tried to find a backdoor cut to Preston, and the pass was off the mark, but it is going to be Sharks ball off the kick ball by Titusville. In it goes to Preston underneath. He bullies his way to the basket and lays it in. He has got 3 inches on Kevin Jackson, who they've got matched up on him, and he's just been bullying him all day. 8 points for Preston, and it's 29-18, Sharks 3:18 to go. Backdoor cutting pass, finds Jenkins. His layup is hanging on the rim and in, and the foul. And it's going to be another one on Omar Fateau. That'll be his second. So count the basket for Chase Jenkins, and he'll go to the line for an and one. The and one is up, Reynolds in. So Jackson is the top scorer for the Terriers. He's got 10 of his team's 21. 3:07 to go. Small dancing just in his own half, throws it into Preston. Preston double teamed underneath, throws up a tough left-hand layup. Coach Valajo wants a foul, won't get it. Scramble for the board. It's fought for underneath the basket, and it's going to be looks like it's going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow is with Titusville. So that will reset the possession arrow. Titusville will control. 2:54 to go in the first half. 29-21, the lead down to just 8 for Atlantic. They've led by as many as 15. The Sharks will show some full court. Oh no, they're going to give the basketball to Atlantic. So it's going to be Atlantic to inbound underneath the basket that they attack to listeners right. Hunter Leonard, the gunner, looking for an opening to pass it to. He gets it into Preston, whose floater from 5 feet away is up and good. 10-point lead for the Sharks, 31-21, 2:46 to go first half. The offense has been flowing through the hands of Emmanuel Preston. Away out high to the left is Chase Jenkins. He fires a wild three off the front end of the rim and good, and no good, excuse me. Hunter Leonard controls the rebound for the Sharks. He drives all the way in. Step back three from the left-hand wing. It's no good, too strong. Rebound controlled by Cameron Wade of the Terriers. He hands it to Jaden Mingo and then gets it back. Right-hand wing, here's Jenkins. Jenkins guarded by Hunter Leonard. Backdoor cutting pass. They tried to get Jackson on a cut. Couldn't find him. Preston dribbles it up. Floats it to Badalato. Right-hand baseline. Drives through into the Euro step. Makes 2 players miss and lays it in. Preston with 10. Badalato with 8. It's 33-21. 2 minutes to go in the first half. High left wing side. Chase Jenkins controls for the Terriers. Drives against Preston. Does a spin move, gets the baseline and lays it up and in. Just left Preston in the dust right there. And now a whistle goes. And they're going to get Titusville with a delay of game warning. Jenkins is up to, I'm trying to count how many points he's up to. He's up to 14 of his team's 23 points. He is the danger man. He scored 15 points to Jenkins the last time these two teams met back in February. And he's 1 point away from equaling that mark with 1:38 to go in the first. Atlantic controls. Full court press comes in from the Terriers. Have yet to get the ball across the timeline. Now they do. John Killingsworth who just checked in. Nice 1-2 pass to Emmanuel Preston, who lays it in. It's the Emmanuel Preston show underneath the basket on the offensive end for the Sharks so far tonight. 1:20 to go. Terriers control. Away out high. Here's Kevin Jackson on the right-hand wing, guarded by Preston. Gets over a screen, hands it to Johnson, and he steps on the baseline. Excuse me, that was Cameron Wade for the Terriers, who stepped on the baseline before he could get a shot up. And it will be Atlantic ball, 35-23. Sharks in the all-white control. They work left to right. Trace Sharpton passes through a double team, gets it to Leonard. Leonard, backdoor cutting pass to Preston, and another lay-in for Emmanuel Preston. The Terriers are trying this, three-quarters court pressure, but they're forgetting to leave a man on Emmanuel Preston. Ray Wilson Polidor into a double team, a high left-hand side, right in front of the Atlantic bench, and they're going to get John Killingsworth for a foul as he tried to rip the ball out of Ray Wilson Polidor's hands. So that's Killingsworth's first foul, 7th team foul. Small with 2, Fateau with 2. Leonard, Killingsworth, Preston each have 1. And they're going to go to the line, 1+1 for Ray Wilson Polidor for Titusville. Polidor, it's up and good off the windows. Oh no, that was only one shot. Oh no, it is a 1+1. My apologies. So 37-24 the score, 49.2 to go in the first half. The Sharks on top of the Titusville Terriers. Back end of a 1-1 coming for Ray Wilson. Polidor, it hangs on the rim and is no good. And then a foul is going to be, oh no, a jump ball is going to be called as Bottolato and Jackson fought for the rebound, and the possession arrow favors Titusville. I was incorrect in thinking that the possession arrow favored them in the last time, so now they're going to get another opportunity with 46 seconds. High inbounds pass from under the basket, finds Chase Jenkins, he hands to Polidor. Guarded by John Killingsworth at the top of the key. Spins around, and a pass is deflected into the hands of Preston. And now Killingsworth is running the floor. He puts it up, no good. The tip-in is also no good from Bottolato. Rebound from Killingsworth. His shot is also no good. 25 seconds left. Polidor kicks to Jenkins, left-hand baseline, drives inside, puts up a tough floater in the lane. No good. Battling for the rebound is Bottolato. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball. Atlantic has the possession arrow. So a couple of interesting sequences on the glass there, but Emmanuel Preston really is the go-to for the Sharks. The reason that fast break happened on the Sharks' last possession, as into the front court, long pass ahead, quick three on the way from Leonard. Oh, it's off the glass and in! Hunter Leonard knocks down his second three. The bank is open. 1 second to go in the half, and that is it. That is it. Titusville could not get a shot away through a double team, and that is the half. It's a monster half for the Sharks. It's 40-24 Atlantic on top of Titusville. We'll be back in a moment for your halftime stats and figures and an interview with Coach Justin Valajo for the first time this season. Once again, your score at the half. It's the Atlantic Sharks 40, the Titusville Terriers 24. Welcome back to the Shark Tank. It's the Atlantic Sharks 40, the Titusville Terriers 24. We are at the half here in the first basketball broadcast of the season live from the Shark Tank. We will be back on Wednesday night. It's the first girls game of the season as the Lady Sharks take on the Lake Mary Prep Rams. That game will come your way, I believe it's 7:30 as well. Might be 7. Stay tuned to MJT Sports Productions on Twitter for that official time of the game. So let's run you through your official scoring totals. Oh no, excuse me. First, before that, I did not get to play my interview with Justin Valajo, the new head coach of the Atlantic Sharks, in the pregame show. So here is that now. Here's Justin Valajo. I'm here with Coach Valajo before the Sharks take on the Titusville Terriers in a rematch of last year's playoff game where the Sharks eliminated Titusville in the district playoffs. Coach, you're an Atlantic grad. What does it mean to you to come home and take the reins of this program?
It means a lot to me. It's the whole reason why I decided to take the job. This program is pretty special to me. It gave me a lot of opportunities, so I'm trying to give these kids, the opportunity to do some of the things I got to do, so it means a lot to me.
I mean, you lost 2 big volume scorers from last season's team, amounting to about 25 points a game. What are you doing offensively to offset that?
Well, I think we have a couple good guys who are returning. It really helps having forward Anthony Bottolato back. He was out during a little bit of last year's season. I think we got some good size. I love taking advantage of our size opportunity. And I think we got a couple good shooters that are going to step up this year for us. So I'm hoping to space the floor a lot and have our guys play up and down a little bit too.
Yeah, on that size, Emmanuel Preston is clearly the standout on both ends of the floor. 35 points in a preseason game a couple of nights ago. How does the team play around him in your offense?
Well, my philosophy is, it starts from the inside out. Work, get during the beginning of the game, get a couple good shots inside. And once the defense starts to collapse and start kicking it out for 3. So that's kind of our philosophy. It's been working so far. He's been great so far for us in both games with the preseason and this game. I just hope he continues it now.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
A massive thank you to Coach Valajo for talking to me before the game. We'll hear from him before every Sharks broadcast. And hopefully I'll get those interviews done in the pregame show where they are supposed to go next time. Here are your scoring totals from the first half. First for the Titusville Terriers. Their leading scorer, no surprise, is Jenkins with 12. I mistakenly said he had 14 earlier. He has 12. Jackson has 9. Hammer has 2, and Ray Wilson Polidor just the 1 free throw, and that's it. That's all they've got. That's their 24. And for the Sharks, it is a massive, massive performance in the first half by Emmanuel Preston. He leads the way with 16. Hunter Leonard has 9. Anthony Bottolato has 8. Trey Sharpton has 4. And A.J. Guardino just the 1-3. The Sharks are back on the floor warming up for the second half that's set to start in about 3 minutes. I do want to talk about something I noticed in the first half that I didn't really get a chance to talk about because the pace of the game is so fast, and that's the first thing. Coach Valajo has this team playing at a very fast pace. They love to run the floor and make mismatches off of misses by Titusville. Every time they get a defensive board, either Preston is looking to run, or Sharpton is looking to run, or Hunter Leonard is looking to run. And it's just creating these stretches where the defense in transition doesn't know who to guard, and they've gotten a lot of points that way. The second thing I want to touch on is Emmanuel Preston and his impact on the game. Yes, he has 16 points, but his presence in the paint cannot be understated on the defensive end. How many times in the first half did Kevin Jackson or Chase Jenkins drive into the paint area and just be denied by the presence of Preston? And of course his passing has gotten a lot better as well. Now the counter argument. When they put Omar Fateau in at the end of the first half as a pseudo replacement for Preston, they kind of go with a not two bigs, but 2 medium-sized lineup with Bottolato and Fateau. Fateau picked up 2 fouls. He wasn't rotating very well. His offensive passing wasn't as good as Preston's. And there was a quick little 8-2 run where they lowered the gap to 8, where it was 16. It was at one point 29-21 with about 4 minutes to go in the first half, and then Preston came back in after Fateau picked up 2 quick fouls, and you saw the instant impact on the offensive end as Preston continued to make things happen, either with that left hook that he loves to throw so much when he's down 1v1 or even 1v2 underneath, or if he draws that double team, either Trace Sharpton, Hunter Leonard, or Anthony Bottolato will be available for a kick out, or maybe we've seen AJ Guardino hit a 3, and we haven't seen Rashad Small attempt the shot. He's just in there to run the floor. But if you can consistently get Preston into those double teams, that means somebody is open on the outside. All right, we are just about to go back to play. The clock shows about 40 seconds until the start of the second half. The Titusville Terriers are just coming back onto the floor. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back for the start of the second half, where the Sharks lead the Titusville Terriers 40-24. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. So away we go. Second half action underway. The Titusville Terriers start with the ball. They attack the basket to listeners left. Here's Chase Jenkins, flat across the top to the right-hand wing. Jaden Mingo, he tries to throw it into Hammer, and it's taken away by Hunter Leonard. Leonard drives left hand into the lane. Floater too strong, but he gets his own miss. Putback is also no good. Emmanuel Preston with a putback. He gets a second opportunity, and he is fouled. That's 4 opportunities for the Sharks on the layup right out of the gate. And they're going to get Jaden Mingo for his first foul. And it's going to be a shooting foul, so Emmanuel Preston will go to the line. Can you believe he had 16 points in the first half and did not go to the line once? But he finally will get to the charity stripe just 20 seconds into the third quarter. No scoring yet so far. 40-24, the Sharks lead the Titusville Terriers as the first one is up and good. Kevin Jackson checks back into the game for the Terriers. He replaces David Hammer. Preston's second is right through there with a swish. So 42-24, reverse the scores, and the Sharks have a big lead. It's Abidas Alamante, who started for the Terriers, but did not play down the stretch in the second quarter with the ball. He hands it to Kevin Jackson out high, guarded closely by Sharpton, who pokes the ball away. Sharpton dives on the floor, rolls it to Preston, who, oh, he went up for the dunk and missed it. And now a jump ball is called. Take the batteries out of there. Under the basket, it's Rashad Small, and it looks like they're going to get him for a 5-second violation. He couldn't get the ball inbounds in time, and it'll be a squandered opportunity there for the Sharks. 7:22 to go, and Abidas Alamante throws it into the front court. Here's Jenkins. He's going to have a huge half into the low post on the baseline. He gets it back, fires a long 3, too strong. The rebound is fought for and kicked out way into the stands, and it was fired out there by Ray Wilson Polidor, by Jaden Mingo. Mingo just was trying to save the ball at any opportunity, and he just threw it into the stands. So it is Atlantic ball. Rashad Small against Almonte in the backcourt. Sharks attacking the basket to listeners left. Small gets across the timeline and draws a reach in on Almonte. That'll be his first. So 2 quick team fouls on the Terriers to start this second half of action. Atlantic running with the same 5 they did to start the game. That includes a 3-big lineup with Sharpton, Bottolato, and Preston. Bottolato throws it all the way under the basket, tried to get it to Preston, but it was intercepted by David Hammer. That was a risky pass, and it didn't pay off for him. into the front court. Jenkins drives baseline. Left-hand layup is good and a foul. Well, that's some of the explosiveness from David Jenkins. He caught the ball, just took off, and draws the second personal on Emmanuel Preston, gets the bucket to go, and he'll go to the line for an and one. Omar Fateau is going to check in for Emmanuel Preston. Now, I mentioned in halftime that this is where the Sharks started to have some trouble. When Fateau checked in for Preston, we'll see if he does better. I mean, Fateau is listed at 6'2", Preston at 6'5", so it's not really a like-for-like swap, as the and one is made by Jenkins, and it is 42-27. Three-man press coming from the Terriers, thrown over the top to Rashad Small, into the corner. Bottolato aims, fires a three. It's good with a swish. Bottolato off the mark from three in the ball game, and it's 45-27. Jenkins takes the ball all the way from the backcourt, all the way under the basket, and he's going to draw a foul on Bottolato as he went to the cup. So I called him David Jenkins. His name is Chase Jenkins, my apologies. He's going to go to the line for two. He's going to get Bottolato for his first. So Jenkins really is going to have to try and take over this game. He led the Terriers with 12 in the first half. That was half of their 24 points. He misses the first of a two-shot penalty. Kevin Jackson is checked back in for Titusville. He replaces Jaden Mingo. The crowd gets loud here at the Shark Tank. And that is something I have really missed. Last year there were, capacity restrictions. Not a lot of people got in here for basketball games, and I love having the crowd back in here. 1 of 2 on the free throw attempts. Ball comes in to Hunter Leonard. Leonard kicks to a wide open Fateau underneath. An extra pass, Bottolato. It's good on the baseline. So Bottolato has 5 quickly here in this third quarter. 6:13 to go, 47-28, Sharks on top. Driving baseline and missing a underhanded layup is Mingo, who's just checked back in. Sharpton drives to a double team to get into the front court. He bounces it to Bottolato, who's wide open underneath. And that's what happens if you try to double team in the backcourt. You get those odd man opportunities underneath, and the Sharks have been taking advantage of it all night with Preston and Bottolato. Almonte controls in front of the Terriers bench. The listener's right, steps into a long three, way off the mark, missed everything and goes out of bounds. Jordan Brown checks into the ball game for the first time for the Terriers, as well as Way Wilson Polidor. Jalen Johnson onto the floor for the first time for the Sharks. Johnson listed as a senior guard, so we'll see how he goes. I don't have a height for Jalen Johnson, but he looks to be a little bit taller than Rashad Small, so let's call him 6'3". Kevin Jackson exits for Titusville. It'll be Atlantic ball as they work from right to left. Johnson into the game and immediately controls the point for the Sharks. He walks across the time stripe with 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Almost steps on the line, but keeps his feet and gets the ball to Trey Sharpton out high to the right, puts the ball in the right hand, floater in the lane, back iron and in. Trey Sharpton up to 6 points on the ball game as he pushes the Sharks to over 50 points. We're still early in the third quarter. High left-hand side, here's Jordan Brown. Check quickly in for the Terriers. He hands it to Cameron Wade. Wade in front of his own bench, guarded by Sharpton. A pass deflected right back into his hands. Got to get the ball away, and he does, to Caleb Jacobson. Backdoor cutting pass to Jenkins. He stepped up under the basket and loses the handle. Nice rotation by Hunter Leonard. Leonard controls into the corner. Johnson, a three, too short. And the rebound is taken by Jordan Brown for Titusville. Walks across the time stripe, 4:40 to go, third quarter. Ray Wilson Polidor now dancing against Johnson, gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins around a screen, hands to Colin Jacobson. Jacobson Euro step into the lane. It's no good, gets his own miss, and the rebound is batted out of bounds by Omar Fateau. Vicious knockaway as A.J. Guardino comes into the game. He'll replace Hunter Leonard, so they'll go with a smaller lineup with 2 guards, Guardino and Johnson, do the Sharks as they guard now Titusville. Bounce pass up to the top for Jordan Brown off the inbounds pass. Double team comes for Brown. Backdoor cutting pass to Jenkins. He drives into the lane and gets fouled. And that's they're going to get Fateau for his third. So Chase Jenkins at the line. All he's done so far in the second half is hit 2 free throws out of 3 attempts. And his first one is up, and it is good. He is 6 of 7 from the line tonight as Jenkins. It's been the most offense that he has had. As his second one rims out, he goes 1 for 2 as the Sharks control the rebound with Trey Sharpton. Sharpton throws into the front court. Here's Johnson. Guardino along 3, in and out. Rebound is put back up and in by Anthony Badalato. 9 points in the third for Anthony Badalato, and the lead is 53-29 Sharks. Jenkins out high, tried to shovel it underneath the basket to Jacobson. The ball is deflected. It comes to Jordan Brown, who gets it back to the top for Polidor. Polidor against Johnson, and they're going to get Johnson for a reach-in. There was an interesting turn of events. That's Johnson's first foul. So that pass was deflected into the corner, and Ray Wilson Polidor had to do a tightrope act in front of his own bench to listeners' right to save it and get it back to Jordan Brown so Titusville could continue the play. They still have possession. It is a side out. The gunner is Brown. Brown gets it into the quarter for Wilson Polidor. Polidor guarded by Guardino. Underneath it goes. Backdoor cutting pass to Polidor. His layup is no good, but he will go to the line. It looks like they're going to get Guardino with a foul. That is Guardino's first to the Sharks. Up to 5 fouls here in this third quarter already. And Ray Wilson Polidor will go to the line. The Sharks defense has been good. They've only allowed 1 bucket so far in this third quarter from open play, but the fouls have been hurting them as Ray Wilson Polidor misses his first attempt. As Omar Fateau, after picking up his third foul, will exit the game. John Killingsworth comes in. He's got 2 points. Polidor reaching, dribbles the ball, toes the charity stripe for the second of a 2-shot penalty. He missed the first one, he hits the second one. And the lead is 53-30 Sharks. Full court pressure comes from the Terriers. Emmanuel Preston just checked back into the game, and the ball is deflected to the front court and taken kind of luckily by Jenkins, who lays it in, up and under. Jalen Johnson, Jalen Johnson scores his first points of the contest. Emmanuel Preston tried to throw it into the front court for Killingsworth. It deflected off of Killingsworth's hands and went straight to Johnson, who laid it in. Underneath the basket it goes, and it's deflected and turned over. And now Killingsworth is all alone off a stretch pass from Preston, and his layup is good. 2 quick buckets for the Sharks. Their lead is 57-30. Left-hand side in the corner. It is Cameron Wade controls, gets it back to Wilson Polidor, guarded by Killingsworth, round a screen. Wilson Polidor pops along 2 and hits. That's only the second made field goal of the third quarter for the Terriers. Trey Sharpton throws it into the left-hand corner. Wide open for 3 is Johnson. It's good with a splash! Suddenly, the outside shooting of the Sharks has come alive as Johnson gets it to go. Wilson Polidor, double teamed out high, throws it underneath the basket to Wade. Wade works around Preston, puts it up and in, and a timeout is called by Titusville. That was Cameron Wade's first points of the half. Timeout taken by the Terriers. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. It's 60-34. Sharks away on top of the Terriers. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. It's time you feel your best, physically, mentally, and spiritually, to be centered and supported, to feel the power of a world-class healthcare network coming together to help you take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Back here at the Shark Tank, and it is all Atlantic Sharks right now. They've got a 26-point lead, 60-34 over the visiting Titusville Terriers. The Sharks will have possession off an inbounds pass. The last thing that happened before we went to break was Cameron Wade hit a layup driving past Emmanuel Preston. And the Sharks will have the ball going right to left. Long pass outward, finds Killingsworth behind the defense as they were playing full court pressure. Gets to the lane. Oh, and it's going to be a travel before the bucket for Killingsworth. It was a nice move, but he took one step too many. So Titusville that time played full court press. Long pass over the top found Killingsworth, but he was not able to convert. Long pass into the left-hand corner. Finds Wade. Wade against the double team, now guarded by Sharpton, tries to get it back to Ray Wilson Polidor. He barely does. Polidor drives, throws up a wild runner in the lane, no good. And Preston grabs the board. Takes one dribble and hands it to Sharpton, who dribbles across the time stripe. A minute 30 to go in the quarter. Underneath, Preston is wide open. Left-hand layup is good. And Emmanuel Preston has his first field goal of the second half. It's 62-34 Sharks. Ray Wilson Polidor guarded by Guardino. Guardino stays with Polidor, who pops a long three from straight on, too strong. Preston grabs the miss. He's double-teamed underneath and fouled by Matthew Willett, who is just checked into the game. That'll be his first. And now Almonte checks back in for the Terriers. He takes the place of Ray Wilson Polidor. Sharks on top, 62-34, 1:15 to go, first quarter. Atlantic with the ball, working right to left. Trey Sharpton, guarded out high by Almonte, steps across the time stripe, straight ahead. Thought about a three, won't take it. Now the ball is shoveled into the left-hand quarter for Guardino. Back to Johnson, his three-quarter for the left-hand wing is good! Jalen Johnson up to 8 points in this third quarter from off the bench. He didn't see the floor in the first half. Wade drives up and under, blocked by Preston into the hands of Killingsworth. Long outlet pass to Sharpton, who's all alone behind the back pass, finds Johnson, and he lays it in. The passing is crisp from the Sharks in transition, and that's really what's killed. And another turnover off a long inbounds pass, but Killingsworth could not control it. The inbounds pass was up towards the center line, and it was knocked away. And now into the ball game for just the second time for Atlantic is Ryan Gonzalez. Gonzalez takes the place of Killingsworth. He has run hard, has John Killingsworth. He gets a round of applause from the bench as he comes out. It's going to be Titusville to inbound, working left to right. 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. 67-34. Sharks have the advantage. Out high, here's Cameron Wade, guarded by Johnson. Wade switches to the left hand, drives past Johnson, and a spin move inside. Floater over Killingsworth is no good. Rebound by Sharpton. Sharpton waits to cross the time stripe until 5 seconds to go. Guardino away out high. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, way out high. 1 second, Guardino turns the ball over, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. And Justin Valajo goes over to A.J. Guardino and tells him to use his head and look at the clock. It is 67-34. Sharks way on top. We'll have fourth quarter action for you when we come back. This is Atlantic Sharks basketball on MJT Sports Productions. Stay with us. Fourth quarter on tap. The score 67-34 for Atlantic. Play hard, eat clean, love big, and start living your best life, because we're here to help heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with the latest medical innovation and whole person care. It's time to take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Terriers start with the ball in this fourth quarter. They go from left to right. Almonte dribbles into the front court in front of his own bench. Here's Cameron Wade. Wade spins past Johnson, gets to the baseline, tries to go through Johnson again, and draws a foul on Johnson for a reach in. And we're just waiting for the referees to confirm that it is Johnson with his second foul. It's a tough matchup for Johnson against Cameron Wade, who's got at least an inch of height on him. But he has been doing well. Wade likes to spin a lot as well. Into the corner, here's Almonte off the inbounds pass. He's guarded by Ryan Gonzalez. Almonte tries to throw it into the corner, and the ball is tapped out of bounds. It will be Atlantic ball as it went off the hands of Colin Jacobson. No, excuse me, that is Matthew Willett. Into the game comes Anthony Elder, a senior forward, 6'1", to replace Matthew Willett. And Atlantic controls, they go right to left. 7:35 to go in the ball game. Atlantic is needing just 2 points to activate the running clock. Johnson draws a double team, thrown into the basket for Emmanuel Preston. Left-hand layup, no good, gathers his own miss, put back, also too short. And Titusville controls the board with Chase Jenkins, who has been shut down very well in this second half. Only one made field goal for Jenkins. Almonte, guarded by his opposite number, Guardino, away around, guts underneath, and Emmanuel Preston with a massive rejection with the left hand. And now, A.J. Guardino tried to walk across the time stripe and got his arm pulled back as the Atlantic sideline, the JV team, stands up and applauds. They're going to get Jackson with the foul. That's Kevin Jackson for Titusville. That's his second.
Kevin Jackson calling for the foul. Stepping into your Sharks, Anthony Badalado.
And Emmanuel Preston checks out, and if that's the last time he plays tonight, that's a job well done. He scored us 20 points. Inbounds pass from Sharpton is tipped and intercepted by Chase Jenkins. Jenkins with a head of steam drives straight at Badalado, goes up and under, leaves his layup short, however, and Badalado grabs the miss. Hands to Trey Sharpton. Sharpton runs across the time stripe, tries to go behind the back against Almonte, fires right-hand wing, three on the way from Guardino. It's too short. Badalado trying to fly in for the rebound, but it's tipped away to Colin Jacobson. Jacobson controls, fires into the front court for Jenkins, and a whistle and a foul as Jenkins tried to dribble past Sharpton, and they're going to call Sharpton for his first foul. Amazing with how physical Trey Sharpton plays that is his first foul of the ball game. And that is 7 on the Sharks as a team, so 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for Jenkins. Jenkins only one field goal made, but he has gone to the line 3 times. He sinks the first one of the 1-and-1. He is 4 of 7 from the line in the second half, make that 5 of 8 as he hits the second one, does Chase Jenkins. 6:39 to go, Atlantic controls. Badalado hands to Guardino in the backcourt. Guardino between his legs against his opposite number, Almonte. Throws to the left-hand wing for Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the left-hand wing, and a timeout is called by Coach Valajo.
6:23 to go in the fourth quarter.
6:23 to go, fourth quarter, 67-36. The Terriers on top. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here so I can tell you that Sharks fans basketball season is here, and it's here gladly. And you can catch all the action from the Shark Tank live on MJT Sports Productions, the official internet radio home of your Atlantic Sharks. Be sure to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, all at MJT Sports Productions, so you never miss a moment of the action. Let's go Sharks. And if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast in any capacity, be sure to hit the like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Basketball. Once again, this is just the first of 19 home basketball broadcasts between now and the first week of February, covering both the boys and girls basketball teams. We'll have the girls on Wednesday as they open their season against Lake Mary Prep. We'll have that game for you on MJT Sports Productions on Wednesday night. Trey Sharpton throws the ball into A.J. Guardino, 6:21 to go in the fourth. Guardino now has been switched on to by Jenkins. Jenkins switches off. Three from the corner is way too strong by Carl Campbell, who's just checked in for the Sharks, the senior guard. Sharpton dribbles behind his back as he sprinted into the corner to grab the rebound. Is that three-pointer that missed everything. A.J. Guardino now back in control. 6 minutes even to go. Into the corner again for Campbell. Back to the top for Gonzalez. Gonzalez switches to the left hand, dribbles it off his foot, but gets it back, drives to the lane, double teamed underneath, and a foul is called. I don't think he was in the act of shooting, so I think this is going to be a sideline out. They're going to call the foul on Almonte. It'll be his second. And it was not in the act of shooting. So it inbounds, comes quickly to Badalato. Badalato controls at the top, guarded closely by Jacobson. Around the screen, he hands to Guardino. Guardino works his way to the right-hand wing. Now back up to the top for Campbell. Campbell works his way around a screen, fires a 15-footer, no good. Fights for the rebound and gets it on the baseline. Back to Trey Sharpton, 5:30 to go. Remember, no shot clock in the high school game here in the state of Florida, so the Sharks can run as much time off the clock as they would like. Guardino, high right-hand side against Jenkins. Drives to the corner. Floater in the lane by Gonzalez is no good. Rebound fought for and won by Titusville. They get the ball to Jenkins, who quickly runs the floor, gets all the way to the baseline, puts up a tough floater. It's short. Badalato fighting for the rebound, and it is out of bounds into the Titusville bench. Atlantic basketball as Colin Jacobson went flying past Badalato to try and save that ball, but it was not to be. So Atlantic maintains possession, 5 minutes to go. 67-36 the score as Atlantic has controlled this game from the minute it tipped off. They have never trailed tonight. Gonzalez. Oh, it's a big shot for Carl Campbell as he fades to his left, and the whole bench gets up and celebrates. Carl Campbell with a tough fadeaway shot over Jenkins. And it's 69-36. Driving inside now is Jackson. His tough layup is good. First point to the second half for Jackson. He's been quiet. He had 9 in the first. Guardino controls for Atlantic. Ducks under a Kevin Jackson screen and gets the ball to Sharpton. Sharpton shovels it under the basket to Campbell. Campbell over a double team. His shot is no good, but the putback is good from Anthony Badalato. Badalato has carried the scoring weight in the second half after Emmanuel Preston went to the bench. And he looks like he's going to stay there for the night. A three on the way and no good from straight on by Jackson, recovered by Sharpton on the defensive board. He'll dribble it up into the front court, face a double team from Jenkins and Almonte, throw it all the way to the left-hand corner, and the pass goes through the hands of Ryan Gonzalez. So look, John Killingsworth comes back in the game for the Sharks, as well as the first time tonight we're seeing the junior forward LeBron Neal. So the rotation getting some work tonight for the Sharks, as we've got Killingsworth, Gonzalez, Campbell, Neal, and Sharpton on the floor. Sharpton, the only primary rotation player currently on the floor for the Sharks. 15-footer from Jenkins is no good as he was 1v1 with Sharpton, who pulls down the board. Sharpton against Jenkins in the backcourt, got to get it across the timeline. He does to Gonzalez. Sharpton gets it back behind the back pass to Neal, and his layup is blocked by Jaden Mingo. Down the floor goes Jenkins. His layup is uncontested and good. Or excuse me, Jackson on that layup, not Jenkins. Two-man press from the Titusville Terriers. John Killingsworth got to get the ball into the front court. And he does as he drives past Mingo. Killingsworth thought he got tapped on the arm, but continues to play outside high right wing. Gets the ball to Campbell. His three, it's good! We may have found ourselves a new Shark sharpshooter as Carl Campbell knocks down his 5th point to the quarter, and it's 74-40. In and out on a layup from Jaden Mingo as he drove underneath. And another defensive rebound by Trey Sharpton. He's been a monster on the glass tonight. He gets it into the front court, 2:30 to go. 1 point away from this being a running clock for the Sharks. Sharpton, left-hand wing, 3 on the way and no good for Carl Campbell. I think the roof might have come off the building if he'd hit that one. Jordan Brown throws it into the front court for Titusville. Spinning free is Jacobson. Kicks out to the right-hand corner. Jenkins steps back 3 right in front of his own bench. Back iron no good. A whistle is called as Sharpton and Jacobson got tangled up underneath. Not sure who they're going to call the foul on. And they're going to call the foul on Jacobson. That'll be his 3rd. Oh, they're going to call a double foul on Sharpton and Jacobson. So that'll be Sharpton's 2nd, Jacobson's 3rd. And Sharpton leaves the game. I can't really tell who came in for the Sharks. It'll be Jalen Johnson back in, who has had a monster second half. 10 points in the second half for, 8 points in the, 10 points exactly in the second half for Johnson. The inbounds pass is intercepted, and Titusville controls in their offensive zone. Here's Anthony Elder, who's just checked in, tries to drive the lane, kicks out to the corner. Right-hand corner 3 on the way, off the iron and no good. Rebound by Killingsworth. He dribbles through his legs, gets into the front court. Killingsworth stops, hits to the corner. Johnson a 3, no good, back iron. And Titusville takes the rebound. 1 minute and 45 to go. The Sharks have just about wrapped this one up. It's 74-40, the score. And the Sharks have all of their rotation players in. Almost a reach by Killingsworth, but he got away with one. It cycles around to the left-hand wing to Mingo. Mingo drives, right-hand layup is blocked, but the Terriers maintain possession. Out high left-hand side, driving through, getting fouled is Kevin Jackson, and he will go to the line with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. They're going to get Campbell with a foul. It'll be his 1st. Team's 9th, so it'll be, well, it was in the active shooting, so it doesn't matter. It'll be 2 free throws for Kevin Jackson. He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe for the game. Had that attempt in the first half. His first attempt is in and out. Hung on the rim and rattled around and out. So 0 for 1 on that attempt. 1 free throw left to go. 1:21 to play with a 74-40 Sharks lead. All rotation players in now for both teams. He missed them both, did Jackson. The putback is up and good and 1. The putback was put up and in by, I believe, Anthony Elder. Oh no, so the putback was up and good by Jackson, who recovered his own miss. And then Campbell picks up his 2nd foul. So actually the best scorer of the second half for the Terriers is Jackson. He's up to 6. Matching Jenkins' 6. As the and 1 is good. And he will depart the game. Matthew Willett comes in for the Terriers. 1 minute 15 to go. John Killingsworth controls for Atlantic, and I'll tell you, these are vital, vital minutes for Atlantic's depth players, as Gonzalez just got bowled over as he received a pass across the timeline from Killingsworth. That was Willett. Just bowled him over like we were playing football, and that's not a really nice foul to give. 1+1, as that's the 7th team foul, as Gonzalez will go to the line. He's looking for his first point of the night. And it is up and no good on the 1+1. Missed layup, 2 missed layups for Matthew Willett, 54 seconds to go. And Justin Vallejo has called off the Dogs, saying no shot with 45 seconds to go. 74-43. The Sharks have dominated from the word go. They have never trailed, and the closest margin after the first quarter was 8 points. It has been all Atlantic tonight, and Emmanuel Preston, the main catalyst. Anthony Bottolato also spectacular tonight. We saw good performances from Jalen Johnson off the bench in the second half. He had 10. Here's a turnover. It's going to be an easy bucket down the lane for Michael Gittins. 10 seconds left to go, 74-45. The ball goes into the front court. LeBron Neal passes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez passes back to Campbell, and that will do it. It is a dominating performance tonight in the home opener for the Atlantic Sharks. They win the ball game 74-45. It is comprehensive, it is dominant, and the Atlantic Sharks move to 2-0 on the season. How about that performance in front of a rabid and packed home? It's a Shark victory. Once again, your final score, 74-45. We will take 30 seconds and be right back for your post-game recap and scoring totals. This is Atlantic Sharks basketball on MJT Sports Productions. Welcome back to the Shark Tank. The first home game of the year is done and dusted for the Atlantic Sharks. They come out big winners, 74-45 over the Titusville Terriers, and they have now won 2 straight over the Terriers, as remember they bounced them from the district tournament last year on this very floor. Here are your scoring totals. First for the Titusville Terriers, their top scorer was Jenkins with 19. Jackson had 16, but that's the only real big contributions they got. Wilson Polidor had 4, Hammer had 2, Gittins had 2, and Ware had 2. And for the Sharks, there's a lot of points, so get ready. Top scorer was Emmanuel Preston with 20. Anthony Badalato had 19. Jalen Johnson had 10 points by himself in the second half off the bench. He didn't play a minute in the first half and still scored in double figures. Leonard had 9 despite not playing at all in the second half. Gordino had 3, and Campbell had 5 points that raised the roof off the building in the fourth quarter, including a big 3 down the stretch. So that'll do it for myself. This is Michael Turillo signing off. Once again, your final score, the Atlantic Sharks 74, the Titusville Terriers 45. We'll be back on Wednesday to open up the girls basketball season as the Lady Sharks take on Lake Mary Prep. Once again, thank you for listening and have a very pleasant good evening.